background of the study. Basically, there are the three basics question you have to answer. What is background information in a research paper or in your research thesis? What should the background of the research paper or the thesis should included in your research? Or number three, where does the background section go in your research paper or research thesis? Okay, number one, background information. The background, why I'm giving you so much information, so much data in one slide for your how to say, for your concerns, okay, for your detailed information. The background of the section, paper or research thesis explain to reader where your research journey started, why you got interested in the topic. Okay, these are the questions you have to answer. Understand? Uh, Explain to the reader. Number one, this question: where research, okay, where your research journey started, and number two question is why you got interested in the topic. Understand? Okay, then, and how good. And the other question is how you develop the research question that you will later specify or that you will answer later. And this is the third question. That means you first establish the context of the research you did with the journal overview of the field or the topic, and then present the key issues that drove your decision to study the specific problem you choose. Okay, first you have to select the title or area. We already selected the area, right? Once the reader, see here, once the reader understands where you are coming from and where there was indeed a need for the research, you are going to present in the following: because there was a gap in the current research, or because there is an obvious problem with the currently used process or technology, you can proceed with the formulation of your research question and summarize how you are going to address it is the rest of your manuscript or rest of your research work. Manuscript, your manuscript or your research work. Okay, so hope you understand. First, you must tell where you are going to conduct a research. Okay, this is the problem, and might be this area has so much importance for our company. If we will not address this issue on time or before time, we can be in a trouble. So that's why we are going to conduct a research specifically on this issue. Understand? Can be maybe the COVID-19. Yeah, how we tackle with the COVID-19. This is a problem. And how started the COVID-19? This is the background. We also can discuss. Okay, the further slide is the number two. What should? Okay, number two. First, need to provide a journal overview. Okay, let's discuss in detail. Depending on whether you do basic with the aim of providing further knowledge or applied research to establish new technique, process or the product, you have to tell. This is either a literature review. Okay, anybody can read these slides? Please, can read this slide? No, nobody want to read this slide?
Doctor, can I try?
Yeah, you can.
We first need to provide a general overview,
Hmm.
depending on whether you do basic with the aim of providing further knowledge or
Hmm.
applied research to establish new techniques, processes, or products. This is either a literature review that summarizes all relevant earlier studies in the field or a description of the process. For example, vote counting or practice, example, diagnosis of a specific disease that you think is problematic or lacking and needs a solution.
Hmm.
If you study the function of a Drosophila Drosophila gene.
Ah,
For example, you can explain to the reader why and for whom the study of fly genetics is relevant, what is already known and established, and where you see gaps in the existing literature. If you investigated how the way universities have transitioned into
mm.
online teaching since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic has affected student
Learning
learning
progress.
progress.
Yes.
Then you need to present a summary of what change have happened around the world, what the
Mm,
effects of those changes have been so far, and where you see problems that need to be addressed.
mm.
Note that you need to provide sources for every statement and every claim you make here to establish a solid foundation of knowledge for your own study.
Okay, let's move from the second. Okay. Okay, read this one too.
When the reader understands the main issues, you need to fill them in more specifically on the current state of the field in basic research or the process, practice, product use you describe in practical apply research. Cite all relevant studies that have already reported on the Drosophila gene you are interested in have failed to reveal certain functions of it or have suggested that it might be involved in more processes than we know so far, or list the reports from the education ministries of the countries you are interested in and highlights the data that shows the need for research into the effects of the corona-19 pandemic on teaching and learning. Are there controversies regarding your topic of interest that need to be mentioned and or addressed? Have you any earlier have any earlier claims or
Click.
assumptions
Mm.
been made by other researchers, institutions, or politicians that you think need to be clarified? While putting together this detail, you also need to mention methodologies. What methods, techniques have been used so far to study what you studied, and why are you going to either use the same or a different approach?
Okay, the last slide. Please read this one too.
When you have established the background of the study of your research paper in such a logical way, then the reader should have had no problem following you from the more general information you introduced first to the specific details you added later. You can now easily lead over to the relevance of your research, explain how your work fits into the bigger picture, and specify the aims and objectives of your study. This later part is usually considered the statement of the problem
Yeah,
of your
later.
study.
This kind of question, question will cover in the statement of the problem, second part of the introduction. Okay, of your study. Without a solid research paper background, this statement will come out of nowhere for the reader and very probably raise more questions than you were planning to answer. Okay, the last portion of the background of the study, number 3, that's the background. Okay, who want to read this one? Please read this one, and later we will have a detailed discussion also.
Thanks, sir. Sir.
Yes, please.
Hmm. Unless you write a research proposal or some kind of report that has a specific background chapter, the background of your study is the first part of your introduction section. This is where you put your work in context and provide all the relevant information the reader needs to follow your rationale. Make sure your background has a logical structure and naturally leads into the statement of the problem at the very end of the introduction, so that you bring everything together for the reader to judge and relevance of your works and the validity of your approach before they dig deeper into the detail of your study in the method section.
Yeah, literally telling you, maybe this is about where you have to write, the background study. Obviously, this will be the first part of introductions. You know, the introduction consists a subheading. Number 1 heading is background of the study. Number 2 heading will be the problem statement of the study. Number 3, significance, and number 4, scope of the study. Okay, or might be, sorry. Number one, background of the study. Number two, problem of the study. Number three, research question. Number four, research objective of the study. Okay. Okay. Number five will be significance of the study. Number six, scope of the study. Okay. These are the content of the chapter one. Chapter one name is introduction. Understand? Got it? Okay, now this is another scenario. This is another scenario. Basically, number two, this is very important for you people. Once you are going to start the background of the study, here you can find a lot of information. These three slides can give you more information or can guide you how to write the problem statement of the study, or sorry, background of the study. Here, okay, one of the another scenario, one of student asked me this question. Can anybody read this question? Please. Maybe the Surpakti, she can read this one. Please read this question.
Sure, doctor. Wait, doctor. Okay. Can you please help me by explaining what is the background of the study when writing a research paper? I'm
Or
writing
wait,
a
wait, wait.
research paper on
Research
the
paper or
or
thesis. Thesis,
the
okay.
yeah or thesis.
Huh.
Our thesis. I'm writing a research paper on the effect of socio-economic factors on the academic performance of grade 20 learners.
Yeah, grade 12 learners, students mean. Grade 12 students, understand?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read now. This is the answer. Read this one. All the background of the study. Please read from here.
From where, doctor?
From here, the background of study. From here.
Okay. The background of the study provides context to the information that you are discussing in your paper. Thus, the background of the study generates the reader's interest in your research questions and help them understand why your study is important. For instance, in case of this of your study, the background can include a discussion on how socioeconomic factors influence learning patterns or the disparity
Disparity. Huh.
in
Academic
academic
performance.
performance among learners of grade 12.
Yeah.
However, this example, and you will be the best person to judge what information you would like to include in the background of your study.
Okay.
Typically, the background of a study includes a review of the is existing literature on the area of your research, leading up to your topic. Once you have discussed this contribution of other researchers in the field, you can identify gaps in contribution of other researchers in the fields. You can identify gaps in understanding that is area that have not been addressed in these studies. You can then explain how your study will address these gaps and how it will contribute to the existing knowledge in the fields.
Okay, this one. A good example of the background of study is one in that contain reviews of the area being researched, has currently available information about the problem of the study, captured in press. Okay, no need, baby, no need. This one, okay. These 8 slides are very important for you. Now I'm giving you one of the overview in verbally. Okay, this information which I'm giving you, this information you also can find in these slides, because I didn't give you the data in points, because might be you can forget. So that's why I'm giving you in paragraph. Later you also can read this slide when you are going to write your problems background of the study. So please, you must align your background of the study according to these slides. Basically, so why? Because I'm going to conduct on employee performance. Suppose my topic is employee performance in public university during pandemic. Okay, first we must tell the importance of employee performance, why we are going to conduct on employee performance. Basically, employees, suppose I'm giving you one example, employees is the change agent or the main agent of the any organization. Without employees we cannot move forward, we cannot run the operations, right? We can run the operations? No, we can run the operation, we cannot. Okay, so we also can tell you, we also can discuss in the background study, but these days during due to the pandemic, okay, they are facing these kind of issues. We also can discuss that this specific all issues which are facing by the employee, and this issue can be the cause for the lower performance of the employees. Okay, and now then we can go to the past literature, and we also can discuss, okay, we have read the papers, okay, this research, suppose Imran paper discuss, okay, this kind of issue facing by the employees during pandemic. Okay, then okay, according to Surbakti paper, research paper, she said, okay, might be we have to introduce this kind of strategy. Basically, in background of study, we have to give the whole information related with our research topic. Our research topic is about employee performance. Okay, we have to write the all importance of employee performance and the issues which are facing by the employees. Okay, then we can propose them. See, this part research is the research is suggesting us we must include these variables, strategies. Suppose motivation, one of the IV can be your strategy. Okay, according to this researcher, they suggested we have to introduce, we have to give them the good salary, we have to give them the flexible hours, then we can improve the employee performance. Then you just suggest, you can suggest in the background of the study. Understand? Then we can move, after background of study, then we can move to the problem statement. Understand? Here in topic number 2, here in number 1, they just telling you the possible question you have to answer, and this question answer you can find in this slide number 2 and 3 and number 6, 4, 5 and 6, very important, how to write the background of the study. And number 7 just telling you about the background of study, where you have to put this subheading. Obviously this will be the first heading of the introduction section. Understand? See here, the research proposal or some kind of report that has a specific background chapter, the background of your study is the first part of your introduction section. Okay, and there is where you put your work in the context and provide the all relevant information the reader need to follow your relation. Yeah, suppose I want to know the background of the Surbakti. So what is your background? Obviously she can give me the example, doctor, this is my name, okay, this is my father name, okay, we are 6 or 5 siblings, I'm living in in Medan, in the Sumatra, Indonesia cities. Okay, all information which are related with the Surbakti is her background. Okay, or might be she is facing something, she can tell, okay, this is my problem. Then I will ask how you handle this one. She will tell me, okay, this is my future plan. Understand? This all information related with Surbakti is her background. Same goes with the research. Before before going to discuss in the detail about our research, we must cover the information related with our research title. Understand? And that will be your background of the study. Hope you got it. If there is any question, please ask me. Don't be shy. My dear student, there is any question, please ask me.
So I have one question.
Yeah, please.
So how to identify gaps?
Yes, gaps. Basically, this is the part of research gaps, part of research problem. Basically, 3 major gaps should be present in the problem statement. Number 1 is the practical gap. Number 2 is the theoretical gap. Number 3 is the is the methodological gap. Okay, the practical gap is might be you also can find from the newspaper, from the research paper as well, from the reports, different reports which published by the government institute. Okay. Okay, from where? Okay, what is the basically practical problem? Practical problem is, you know, physical problem, applied problem. Okay, suppose we have a data, might be UUM published data about the employee performance. Oh, our employee performing not well. Okay, their performance is going down. This is the data. We have a 6,000 employee. Okay, and their task was to achieve the 90% efficiency, but they achieve 50% efficiency. It means they're decreasing their performance. This is totally belong with the practical problem. Okay, how about the theoretical problem? Theoretical problem is totally belong with the literature review. You have to read the literature on employee performance. Okay, you have so many papers and make the fact sheet. Okay, so and you also read past paper where they feel their employee performance were very low and how they improved. Maybe they introduce different strategies. Then they improve the employee performance. And then you can find, okay, this is the one variable is very important for high employee performance. Suppose I'm giving you find, okay, the flexible hours, one of the variable. Okay, the high salary, one of the variable. Okay, and even the high motivation, one of the variable. Three variables are very important to increase the employee performance. And you also must give the references, okay, where you read this information. And then you may ask, okay, this is the gap, this is the theoretically gap. Nobody tests these three variables with employee performance to increase the employee performance in context of UUM. I'm the first person going to test these variable with this employee performance to how these IVs or independent variables or strategies is going to affect employee performance. This is the your theoretical. Okay, how the methodological totally totally belong with your methods. Okay, what is the method? How you will collect the data, maybe through questionnaire or maybe through interview. Okay, you must read the past paper. Okay, already published paper regarding methods. You read the paper. Okay, they study or they took 500 employees, but you are going to take the maybe 1,000 student to test the employee performance. Okay, not student, maybe you will take the employees because you are going to measure the employee performance. Okay, oh, this is the new research. This is my new research because I'm going to take as a respondent, I'm going to take maybe 1,000 employees before nobody take 1,000 employee or get the response. Okay, this is a, and also you are going to, use the advanced statistical techniques. Maybe the past researches, they use SPSS, but you are going to use the advanced technique like partial least square, smart PLS or SPSA or not AMOS or M plus and new software to analyze the performance, analyze the data of employee performance. This will be your methodological gap. These three gaps must be in your problem statement. Understand? These is also called research gaps. Any other question? I hope you got it. Did you get me?
Yes, Doctor, I got it.
Okay, how any other question? Yeah, please you may ask me question. If you have any confusion, you may ask me question, please. Please read all slides carefully. I will upload on your portal as well. Understand? And revise your background of the study. And also will tell you, I also will give you the research framework. And that research frame you also discuss in your background of the study. Today I will give you the research framework as well. Understand? Please, the CR, Ashwin. Where is Ashwin?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, please remind me, tonight you remind me. you must remind me tonight. I will give you the research framework, because you people give me so many variables. Then we have to decide which variables are very important, which variables are very important for our DV. Basically, this is also your work, but for the symmetry, I want to help you. If we finalize the IVs, it means we are going to fulfill the theoretically research gap. Understand? I will help you in this matter.
Okay, sir.
Please remind me.
Okay.
Sir, I have
Any
one